Hi, welcome to Subscribe 24. My name is Sidechain, and in this video, I'll be talking to you about sidechaining and the benefits of sidechaining. It's a complicated topic. I didn't want to get into sidechaining myself because I thought it was gonna be difficult to understand, and I didn't want to be bothered. I tried to take the easy way out until I found out that I had to come back and learn this technique of sidechaining. So I hope that you guys use it, and I hope that it helps your mixes in the future. Cool. Check it out. This is the video on sidechaining. Hi guys, welcome to Subscribe 24. Now in this video, I want to talk about sidechaining. What is sidechaining? Okay. Sidechaining is when you want a certain instrument to stand out a lot more than another instrument when they are playing together. Okay, so when two instruments are playing together, you decide, oh, I want this kick drum to stand out from the bass if they are playing together. If they are not playing together, then I want the bass to play the way it's supposed to play normally. Okay, but the second the kick drum comes in, that bass has to go down in volume. That's what's called sidechaining. Now I will show you how I sidechain my music. All right, so what have we got here? We've got an 808 and we've got kicks there. Okay, alright, so I will play these together so you can hear how they sound like together, and I will play them separately and you will hear how they sound like separately. Alright, so this is how they sound like together. Alright, so that's the 808 and the kick drum. You notice that 808 dips out. Okay, let me play the 808 on its own without the kick drum. Can you hear that? Yeah, that sounded different. So that adds character to your music, because if you take the kicks out, then the 808 is going to sound a certain way. If you bring the kicks back in, then the 808 is going to sound a certain type of way. So it adds some interest in your music as well. It's good for mixing because then you prioritize which are the most important sounds. Okay, is the 808 the most important sound, or is the kick drum the most important sound? And then you can use sidechain, right? Now let me show you how I sidechain. So on the 808, I've got this, which is a compressor. Okay, so I've got the compressor, and on this compressor, now guys, I'm not going to talk you through the settings, man. You can see the settings. If you have CUBASE, copy my settings. I'm not going to talk you through that because that's just going to confuse you. But there are two settings that I will talk about. All right, so I've highlighted this. As you can see, activate sidechain. So when that's not highlighted, it will compress the compressor as if it was just compressing it normally, as if you just have thrown on any compressor and it will just compress depending on the settings you have on the compressor. But if you add sidechain, it means that the compressor will only compress if the sidechain sound kicks in. In my case, the sidechain sound is the kick drum. Yeah, so I did on the kick drum, I have this here, 808 compressor. That's switched on. Then I switch it off, the sidechain won't work. I switch it on, the sidechain will work. Now the compressor will only act if the kick drum drops, then it will compress the 808. Okay guys, I hope that's making sense. All right, now I'll tell you about a few effects on site with side chaining. No, a few a few controls. My bad. Now, if you're side chaining, I don't know what compressor you use. My advice is go on YouTube. If you use Logic, go on YouTube, say side chaining using Logic compressor. If you're using FL Studio, go on YouTube and type side chaining using FL Studio compressor, and find out the settings those people used for those softwares. Okay. And then use the logic that I'm giving you to, to sidechain whatever project you're sidechain. But I can't tell you what threshold or what ratio or whatever to use for FL Studio or for any other thing, because I'm using a different plugin, which is a CUBASE plugin, which has features that may not be the same as other plugins. FL compressor may not have all these features on here. So the way that this compressor is going to compress, it's not going to be the same way the FL Studio or the Logic compressor is going to compress, guys. Right, rant over. The features I will talk about is the ratio and the threshold. Now, if you increase the ratio, it will hit more. All right, it will take. Let's see if I can play this for you. Let's bring it back down. Let's bring it to there. All right, let's play these two together, and I'll increase the threshold. So you can hear that. So if I decrease the threshold, you hear that? You can now hear it in its entirety because it's not actually compressing. If I start to increase it, notice this will start to go up and down, because then that means it will be, the sidechain will have been applied. Okay, see that? Now it's starting to push it down, and the more you increase the ratio, the more it will start to take it down. Okay, let's go extreme. Hear that? That's extreme. Okay, guys. So another thing that I might touch on is the threshold. Now the threshold will determine how hard, the threshold, if you increase it, let's say to the maximum, it will completely smash it and you won't be able to even hear it. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, you can hear that. Yeah. You can hardly hear it now. You can hardly hear it. So the threshold as well adds, a bit of it basically determines the dynamics. Dynamics is, how is your sound, the one that you're sidechaining, is it going to sound natural or unnatural? So the less threshold you have, the more natural sounding you will have, regardless of the fact that it's being compressed, it will still sound a bit natural. Whereas if you have too much threshold, it will over compress it and flatten your sound, and you might have a sound that is a bit dry. Okay, but that's as far as I can explain it, guys. If you do not get it, watch other YouTube videos and try and make sense of it, or read an article about sidechaining. But I just wanted to talk to you about sidechaining because I discovered it recently and I've been using it a lot, and it's helping my mixes stand out and to sound the way I want them to sound. Okay, guys, so that's it. Thank you very much for supporting. Please subscribe. We've got more videos, more interesting stuff to show you guys. And yeah, man, I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.